Today's cocktail is the White Russian. The White Russian is a cocktail consisting of 2 ounces vodka, 1 ounce coffee liqueur, and milk or half and half. Pour the vodka and coffee liqueur into an ice-filled old-fashioned glass. Fill with milk or half and half. Serve. I have a interesting history with the White Russian. Many years ago, 20 some odd years ago, when I was in college, and just getting the age where I could go into clubs, there was a club near our campus. It was walking distance. None of us had cars in those days. And we walked over to this club. They were having a party hosted by one of the fraternities on my campus. And me and my friends from the dorm hiked over there. It was about, from our dorm, it was probably about mile and a quarter. And a friend of mine goes to the bar and gets a drink. Orders a White Russian. I'm like, what the bleep? So he's drinking this thing, and he's like, you want to taste? I was like, yeah, let me get it a sip. And I put it in my mouth and was like, my body was repulsed because I was tasting milk and like, it was bad. It was bad. And that was one of those deals where when you're inexperienced with alcohol, and I mean, at that point in my life, I'd had a couple of, Zima was the big thing in those days, sort of like the clear malted beverage, slightly lemon lime flavor, basically almost a fortified soda is what it was. We used to call them Alka Pops. But the concoction of flavors in the White Russian was foreign to me, and I had a bad reaction. And even now, I don't drink milk, and I don't drink coffee, and I certainly don't drink coffee liqueur. So the White Russian is something I would personally avoid, although people that like it like that kind of thing. So that's my background with the White Russian. But, if that's your thing, by all means, if you're of age, have 1 or 6, whatever you like. Drink responsibly. Thanks.
991 GT3 RS. Oh, the good Porsche. Okay.
Ooh. Not the good Porsche. Is there a bad Porsche?
Are you seeing it?
Yep.
Okay. I'm just going to let them talk for a second through there. That fool said shake and bake. Okay, welcome back to Cocktails and Crankshafts. It's your boy, the Fat Man, the Africanized Honeybee, the Killer Bee, Car Block Guy 05, back on the YouTubes. We are here today at Exotics Racing, and I'm about to hot lap a GT3, a Porsche 991.1 GT3 RS. With me, as always, is my fabulous co-host, May Flowers. What up, May?
What's the deal? I love that it's a 0.1 because that's what's important.
There was a mid-model refresh.
0.1.
And, Porsches are designed by Germans, and German engineers are very precise. So, yes, it's a 991.1 because there was a 991.2 mid-model refresh.
I like the attention to detail and correct versioning.
Well, because they had to charge more because there was like another 20 horsepower. But
right.
They changed the red line and made more horsepower, so they charged more. So they're like, yeah, you know what? This is a new model. So this is a 4-liter flat 6, 500 horsepower, $180,000 car. And to put that in perspective, that was twice what my first house cost. Although not quite in the same era, but still, that house has never appreciated that much. So yeah, it still would have been double what that house cost at the time that this car was released.
Wow.
That said, it is a driver's car, and it goes, and it's not even the fastest 911, but boy does it go. Oh my goodness, it is a car made to drive. I love it, and it's purple. It's so purple and so fast. I love this car. So let's get out here and see what this business is all about.
Let's get into it.
Now, this instructor, this was right after I got out of the Audi R8, and he was cool. I told him what my goals were, and he's like, I'll get you there. There was one little problem, though. This gentleman is hands-on.
Oh.
He's a toucher.
Hmm.
When he wanted me to go faster, he would put his hand on my thigh and literally press down.
Oh. I feel violated.
Yeah.
Oh.
It took every bit of concentration I had to not freak out, because you know I don't like to be touched.
Yeah, that would freak me out. Just a little bit. I mean,
But
I see where he's going. Like,
listen, I got on the gas on this thing like I was trying to kill it. And he's like, look at your apex. If you look at that cone, you're going to hit that cone. Go, 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 go. But, yeah, when he wanted me to press on the pedal harder, he would press on my leg, and that was a little bit unnerving.
Yeah, that is weird.
He didn't squeeze, though. Thank goodness. I think if he had squeezed, I would have filed a sexual harassment claim.
I'm saying. Just saying.
But for the first time in my life, I knew how some of y'all young ladies feel when people just put their hands on you.
Mm-hmm.
No touching! No touching! No
touching!
That
is not okay. That is not okay.
Bad touch! Bad touch!
I'm not granting you consent. This is not okay.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, gee.
He also says go, go, go a lot. As if I wasn't going. I was like, I'm going. How much more go do you want? But honestly, I was about 4-5 seconds off the fastest time for this particular car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was some go left. That's the sick thing about Exotics Racing now. They have a website that shows the fastest time for each car, like down through the thousands. So
oh wow.
So like you can see where you rank, and it's what I already knew. I am faster than the general public, but I have nowhere near the speed of a real race car driver.
Got it. So you know just enough.
I drive like what I am. I'm an advanced amateur track driver.
There you go.
Probably the one difference between me and a lot of people is that I can drive in traffic. I don't like driving in traffic, but I can do it.
Right.
That said, I can't imagine actually being a low-level race car driver like I thought I was going to be all those years ago when I was building my first 240SX. Because I can't imagine being fender to fender and bumping people in that car.
Oh yeah. Oh
like,
no.
And that shit happens. I mean, I don't care how careful you are. You get into a corner and somebody hits their brakes and everybody else hits their brakes, and all it takes is a coefficient of friction to go wrong between your tires and the asphalt for you to bump something or someone.
Yeah.
And it's not like a wreck on the street where everybody piles up and wrinkles their cars all up, but contact happens.
Yeah, that's no good.
And like I'm at the point in my life now where I'm not interested in contact with other vehicles.
Not at all.
Like no, solo lapping and time trial and limited passing rules works fine for me. We don't have to do bumper to bumper. Which is funny because I love passing people. But of course, in a real life track event, they're under no obligation to let you by.
Right. So they can't.
You have to pass them, and there's a difference.
Right.
Because out here, if I'm on their tail, they gotta let me go. In real life, if I'm half a mile an hour faster than them, they don't have to let me by.
No.
As long as they're not visibly blocking me, they're allowed to race their race and hold their line. I haven't passed anybody yet.
No, not
That's
yet.
a good thing. That means there's no slowpokes holding up my lap. Even though my ego loves passing people, the reality is if you have to pass somebody during a lap, that's a wasted lap.
Yeah.
In terms of trying to get the best times.
Because ideally you want to be out there alone and just go as you please.
Yes, ideally. Although they do try to stagger it, but they still have to flow customers through, so they can't wait for the track to be open.
Yeah.
He keeps telling me to turn my eyes. I don't know how he knows where my eyes are looking. Yeah, dude, because he knows where the car's going. That is very much a truism. The car goes where your eyes are pointed.
Oh.
I love technical terms like smidge.
Yes. Just a smidge and
This car sounds great. I just wailed the fuck out of this thing.
man.
More throttle. Seriously though, he didn't have to touch me. Also, I understand why they have to have the instructors and what they're there for, and he is making me faster, but it bugs me that I get to the point that I'm listening to his instructions more so than I'm driving the car.
Right, and that's got to be a delicate balance between trying to listen but trying to be in the moment.
Yes. Because under normal circumstances, I'm not going to have anybody in the car with me.
Right.
Telling me where the apex is. And, you know, and again, you've seen when I was at places like Autobahn and Newton where I'm in the car by myself, and I just got to figure it out.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I do. Of course, my 240 has a fifth of this car's horsepower, so...
Right.
I guess a quarter, technically. It's a very different situation.
It's very, very different. This is not regular. I'm driving to work.
Oh, you could drive this to work. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of Porsche, because this car handles just fine in traffic. It is perfectly content to putt right along, up and down the interstate and interior city roads. The only issue would be the transmission. You know, these flappy paddle transmissions don't like stop and go traffic, but otherwise. So that was my time in the Purple Soares Rex. I love this car. I got two 18th scale models and a Hot Wheels of this car.
Oh,
the same color purple. Yeah. I got an Auto Art and a Mini Champs and a Hot Wheels of this car because it's a fucking great car. It makes my dick hard, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, that was the 991.1 GT3 RS.
Alrighty.
And that's the part where he's reminding me that I have to tip him.
Oh.
Now, he didn't say that,
right.
But in code, the code words, I hope my instruction helped you out and you had a good time, is code for put some money in my hand, sir.
That's what it means.
Because it's Las Vegas.
Pretty much. Look, you got to shake your booty or shake these throttles like he's doing.
Thank you for watching Cocktails and Crankshafts. If you enjoy my content, please like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to hit the bell icon, and we'll see you soon with new content.